What?
Go take a look at that Orion RS over there, turbo. Come on.
That's nice though, isn't it? For a Ford Onion, that is nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
Wow.
Hello and welcome back to the Hairy Housewife YouTube channel, you beautiful, beautiful lot. Now it is just gone 5:30 in the morning and I am on the way to the NEC Practical Classics show and I'm smelling good. Do you know what I've got to say this morning? I am smelling fantastic and that is thanks to my good friends over at Dossier. They recently sent me out a care package of these fragrances and today I'm wearing my favourite one, which is the Aromatic Watermelon. It smells incredible. Now today I'm going to the NEC in Birmingham, the Practical and Classics Restoration Show. I am so excited for this. Unfortunately, I couldn't make the whole weekend. I'm only making the Sunday. And I'm gonna be on the Auto Anonymous stand. Now Lord Loxly is a good friend of mine. I'm also with my good friend Skidmark. If you haven't met him, you need to. This man is an absolute legend. He's an incredible detailer. If you have met him before, you know what I'm talking about when I say he is like a toddler that's eaten too many Skittles. And we have made it. We are finally here at the NEC in Birmingham. I'm just in the car park waiting for Skidmark to turn up and then we're gonna head on in. It's a bit chilly this morning. We have finally made it to our good friend Lord Loxly's Auto Anonymous stand. And I've got to say, there's some good looking cars here today. I'll show you those in just a second. But I have just found someone. Let me just go over and show you. What have you been doing? Where have you been hiding, Mark?
In the undergrowth. Look, I've been hiding in the undergrowth. Now I'm out in daylight. Come down to the show and see what we're doing. Shining.
Mark is working on the aluminium rocker covers on that to try and bring back the shine. This vehicle belongs to our good friend John.
Hello.
So John, tell me about this car.
It's a 1934 Rolls-Royce, 2025 is the model. And in my stupidity, I am fitting a Fairchild 770 V12 aero engine in it.
If you want to follow John, John, where can these people find you?
Right there, Signature Customs on YouTube or John Signature Customs on Instagram.
So that was John and Skidmark just working away on the rocker covers on that classic car that John is building. Again, head over to his channel. He is a fantastic guy and he does have some interesting builds going on. Now I am just heading to get myself a drink. And I've got to say, just walking away from our stand and having a drink, because I haven't been around the show yet. This is the first time I've walked away from the stand. And I've got to say, there's some interesting cars in here. I cannot wait to have a look around later on. Yeah, I'll just show you a quick preview. I think this one needs a little bit of work to get on the road. Although I've had MOTs on worse. Ah, beautiful, look at that, no queues. So just having a quick wander around, I have quite possibly found one of the coolest cars there is at the show. Go take a look at that Orion RS over there, turbo, come on.
That's nice though, isn't it? For a Ford Onion, that is nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
Wow. Wow.
Here, go look at the gear lever.
That's cool.
That's cool, isn't
That
it?
is cool.
If I won the lottery or come into a lot of money, that is the first car I would buy. Now, I don't want to hear people in the comments going, it's awful, they're built badly, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Look how cool that thing is. I drive it every single day. I'll be taking it to Tesco, Sainsbury's, with my kid in Lidl, Aldi's. And I just daily it. If I had the money, I really would. All those cars back there, the two Fords, the big monster truck Ford, and that DeLorean. Oh. Does someone want to donate me £1 million? Anybody? No? what would you choose as your 3-car lineup? Let me know. Here is the man, the myth, the legend behind Autonomous. Let's find out how Autonomous was born and what they're doing now.
It's all about COVID. COVID was a bad thing, but a good thing for me, because we started to get people back out to socialise and obviously improve on their health, as in mental status, etc., etc. Started with 4 cars without touching, etc., because everybody was scared. And from 4 cars, it became 30 cars. And people were asking me, is this a club? And so we created Autonomous. Now, Autonomous is all about no discrimination, diversity. When I say diversity, from normal all the way to hypercars, one-offs, etc. And like I said, everybody is treated equally, and that's what it's all about. We do a lot of fundraising for various charities. And I'm pleased to announce the fact that I have my own charity number as of last week. So we are going further afield, doing good as much as possible. Now, when I say diversity, this is my stand at the NEC, at the Practical Classic Restoration Show. We have a one-off Bentley, just for an example here, and going on to a Fraser Nash, got a Datsun 240Z, we've got a Maserati 1 of 25, got a Rolls Royce from 1934 with a airplane engine. Like I said, it's all about variation to attract attention, depending obviously what kind of show we're at. Fingers crossed, like I said, with the charity now, we need sponsors, etc. I've got a lovely team coming, and we even got Darren here, who's from the Hairy Housewife Detailer, and he is going to get more involved. Well, he has to now, because I've just aired this. So, but like I said, lots to do. Autonomous, free to join. Check us out on Facebook. If you're on Instagram, it's Autonomous Official. Please join and see what we're doing and come along with our journey.
So one other person I need to introduce you to, he's a good friend of mine at Skidmarks. His name is Vinnie, and he loves all things cars. Say hello, Vinnie.
Hi.
Now I just want to have a quick chat to Vinnie, because there's a car on this stand that he's got his little keen eye on. So let's go find out why he likes it so much.
Easy accessible, comfortable, and you've not got to worry about where you drive it or how you drive it. And I think it's the only vehicle you can get not in trouble for drinking it when you've had a drink. You can still drive it and get away with it, within reason.
Yeah. No, of course, the car behind this little scooter here is the Datsun. Now, Vinnie, why do you like this so much?
I just think it stands the test of time, and I think the quality of the, obviously, engineering behind it, and I think most modern cars now, too technical, and it is a driver's car, so if you take it out, you can enjoy it, embrace it. No matter where you go, it's always going to turn ahead. And just the engineering and innovation behind it for the period it was built. And I think it's going to stand its test of time, obviously the lines on it. And I think it appeals to sort of all ages in terms of old and new, and also with the fact of, obviously it has been shown in Fast and Furious, and that just excelled the car, obviously with Datsun and Nissan, obviously Japanese performance cars, and you've got Honda. I think the Datsun just stands the test of time, and I think it'll only get better with age. Obviously I don't, but there you go, cars do. But in terms of how it looks now, I don't think it looks out of place here. I just think it looks as it should. The stance on it, the quality of obviously the finish on it, just with a little bit of a modern twist of the carbon. I think he's done well with it on the build, and I think it'll only get better. Obviously he's got the racing seats in it, probably not to everyone's taste, but I think the quality of it just shows. I think he's done a good job of it, and I think, yeah, I'd take it and drive it. And I think even on a Sunday you could just get out of the garage and drive it, or even if you wanted to, take it on the track, and I think you'd embrace that as well.
Skidmark is still at it. So let's have a little bit of a chat with him and find out what he's actually doing and how he's doing it. So Mark, talk us through what you're doing and how to do it. If someone at home wanted to do this to something they wanted to polish.
So, the littlest effort as possible. What we're using is a dedicated metal polish. If you see here now, I'm just gently persuading that muck out of that aluminium. But by doing this, I'm going to bring up that kind of debris. So microfiber cloth, bringing them up to the surface. This then will sit on the surface. That's my lubrication. And then I'm going to polish it and shine it without degrading it and abrading it. Of course, polishing is abrading. However, with a little tiny bit of effort, easy peasy. You can do that at home, kids.
So they've gone from that to that. Now Mark here is a fantastic detailer. He knows what he's doing. However, I just want to prove something to you here. You met John earlier. He's just chatting to someone. John is not a detailer, but John has also managed to be able to achieve the same results. No. So you don't need to be a detailer at home to do this. Let me just show you what John's done. Now, while it probably took John a little bit longer to achieve those results than it did Mark, it's just a testament that you can do this sort of stuff at home. All you need is good technique and some really good products. And if you need any help, you can always reach out to myself or this man here, and we'll always be able to help you, talk you through things, give you a little bit of advice. Yeah. I had one of these. I paid £50 for it only a few years ago, and we used it for a family car. Now, we did close to 100,000 miles in it when we owned it, and it never really let us down until the last day of owning it, and that is a Rover 75. Now, we had the estate version. We had it in gold. I'm sure I'll overlay some photos now if we can find it. It was beautiful. It was fully specced out. It was a 2-litre diesel, and I absolutely loved it. And like I said, we did about 100,000 miles in it. We paid £50 for it. I did have to spend about £250 on repairing it up before we could drive it, because the front legs were just rotten and it failed its MOT. Got it done, passed the MOT, and we had that for a couple of years. And that was sort of before lockdown, into lockdown. It was our only vehicle, as a family car. And we did about 100,000 miles in it. And it only failed on the last day when we were going to look at a new car and the fuel pump went. Just going to say hello. Now, one thing I do love about coming to the shows in the NEC, there is always an auto jumble. And again, I like to collect scrap, and I just love looking through the old bits and car bits. I might not have a car that they fit, but I want to buy the bits for them. I've just bumped into my good friends over here at Detail Kitchen. Just going to go have a quick hello. Hello.
Hello, how are we, my friend?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Tired. Worn out.
I've got a quick question for you. I already know you're knackered. I'm not going to keep it too long. All my viewers over there.
Yep.
Some of them are getting into detailing for the first time. What products of yours can you recommend for a first-time cleaner, car cleaner,
I always
detailer?
recommend a trio. Come around the corner with us, mate. There's a trio of products that I'd always recommend to people if they're trying for the first time. One's our Cola shampoo, because you literally can't overuse it, but it's also mega economical. 1800 to 1, so you only need a cap in your bucket. But if you were to put 4 caps worth in, just a good glute like I do because I love the smell, all you'll get is a foam part in your bucket, but it won't harm the process at all. Concourse Cocktail, our quick detailer. If people want a mega shine on their car as a finishing product, just spray and wipe and the job is as easy as that. And secret ingredient, which is our all-purpose cleaner. That'll make 20 litres, that little bottle, and you can use it on every interior surface going, or if you use it strong, it'll even degrease an engine. You just adjust the dilution to your needs.
That is as easy as that. All you have to do is grab those 3 products and your car will be looking beautiful. And I've got to say, that quick detailer, one of my favourite. Now, I do love the guys over at Detail Kitchen. They are fantastic, and they've been one of the supporters of the channel since I first set up, day one. They sent me out some products to try and review and test, and I can't fault them. They are really nice guys, so go check them out. I also managed to walk away with a beautiful scent of air freshener. Palmer Violets went for, and that's one of the first things that drew me to their brand. I can remember bumping into them in Waxstock, and their air fresheners, I think it's a bubblegum one, it just blew me away, the scent of it. They are definitely the the kings of air freshener if you like a really nice air freshener for your car. Please go check them out. Really top guys, and they deserve all the love they can get. The amount of Fords.
Forwards.
She's a granny. She's also a florist. She only ever used to take it to the laundrette once a week.
They sound great, especially if they're on a set of 40s or 45s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going a little bit sideways at the time.
Yeah.
A little bit of opposite lock. Come on.
Can't beat it, can you?
We get to explore the whole country, do lots of loads of things together. Everything from going to the cinema to slot car racing to camping at a place that's got a workshop.
Now I have managed to get myself into the auction area thanks to the VIP pass.